Hello, tile friends. This is Luke Miller with the Tile Money Podcast. I talk about the business of tiling, and today I have a special guest, Paige with P2 Customs. Paige, can you introduce yourself and your company?
Hi, my name is Paige Pomerine. I have my own business, P2 Customs, out of Northern Virginia, and I specialize in bathroom remodels.
All right. Thank you. I know it looks like you're at work. You told me you're going to be grouting after this, so I really appreciate you taking some time out to join me on my podcast.
No
And I know we're
problem.
going to dive into your business and share some insight and some encouragement for others that are listening. Before we do that, do you have any hobbies or interests that after work you can share with us?
Hobbies, I really just enjoy creating things, like building things if I have the time, which typically I really don't with work.
Mm,
I was actually trying to become a professional golfer before I got into tiling. So that's
awesome.
I wish I could still play and have the time, but I really don't anymore
I
with,
see.
with the career.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's something to aim for, and I know, like even myself, and I know others, when we're getting our company started, it is kind of time consuming, but the whole point of starting a business is to kind of create something that allows you to get back to doing your hobbies and your interests. So I wish you the best of luck, and I know you're gonna succeed. I was looking at your Facebook page, and you got all 5-star reviews, and your work looks really clean. So keep it
thank
up.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So what you said a little bit, your business focuses on what exactly? Do you have
Bathroom remodeling.
remodeling?
Yes, and occasionally the kitchen backsplashes, but for the most part, it's just been bathroom remodeling. A few vanity walls of tile, and I can do a lot more, but that's what people know me around town for is bathroom remodeling, and I'm okay with that. I love it.
Right on. Awesome.
I, it's an art to me.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, it really shows. How do you differentiate yourself? Do you have a lot of competition there where you're at?
I think so, but for the most part, I feel like there's not as many companies or contractors that care as much or want to be as involved in a single project around my town.
Okay.
Um, I know there's definitely a few though, and they are my competition, but um, I tried. Obviously, an advantage without even trying is being a female. So people trust me more in their homes rather than a male contractor. Um, I didn't intend to use that to my advantage, but it is. So
Okay.
it works out. And I hope more so that my work speaks for itself rather than
Sure.
being a lady.
Sure. Well, we all use what we can. We
Yeah,
have to work with what God gave us, right?
right.
So that's awesome. I'm actually stoked to hear that it's an advantage you found by being a lady, and I think that's going to encourage a lot of other females that maybe want to get into the trade, or maybe they're in the trade but they're in a larger corporation or a larger company, and they're kind of been considering going on their own. Would you like to expound on that a little further? Do you have any words of advice, on someone, another female contractor who's looking to go out on her own?
It's like just because it's a male dominated industry, that doesn't mean you should be afraid to step into it. Any sort of career, you have to earn respect, I feel, whether you're male or female. And if you want to earn that respect, you will, and it won't matter if you are male or female. At the end of the day, it just matters the quality of work you put out, I feel.
Definitely.
So
So it sounds like it would probably just be beneficial to hone in their skills and make sure the quality's up there.
oh yeah, it's if you have a passion for it, don't let anything get in your way of you know put a hinder on the passion of yours. There's no reason.
For sure. Right
Yeah.
on. Right on. Do you do any marketing or paid advertising? I see you do, like you're pretty well branded, your t-shirts and your logo and everything. Do you do any
Thank you.
paid advertising?
I've done a few. I think I've done one paid advertising on Instagram just to see what it was like. I didn't get anything from it.
Okay.
I've done two paid advertisements with Facebook. I got like one bite and that was it. But other than that, it's just word of mouth around my town, networking with contractors, real estate agents, interior designers, just making sure people know who I am. And
Okay.
then also referrals from clients. Like no, like every job I've done, the next client knows the last client I worked for. So it's kind of like a tight knit circle, and I love it. I just feel better going into somebody's house. It's not like some complete stranger. There's some sort of tie into them. So,
Yeah.
but for the most part, no, not little to none paid advertising.
Okay. Right on. That's awesome. Yeah. A lot of people I talk to are in a similar boat. They do word of mouth or, really tight knit group. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad that's
feel
working out.
And I feel like the more intimate tile setters, the people that care about quality over quantity will, work. They'll get more of those referrals than having to pay for advertising.
Mhm. Do you
So,
keep in contact with any of your past clientele?
a lot of them follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and they'll see my work there. Some of them will check in with me, but it's not. I have one client that invites me to like some parties and stuff, but that's you know
Right.
I try to build a friendship as well when I am doing work on somebody's house as well as
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a really important point, and I want to highlight what you said. A lot of your past clients will follow you on your Instagram or Facebook because you're keeping, you're repetitive in front of them by keeping in contact and letting them know, hey, did you know I'm going to be posting photos of your work, and probably you do that right from the beginning, or pretty soon
Oh
after.
yeah, I think some
So
of them enjoy to see the process of what's going on in there, because I mean I'm sure some of them feel like they might be intruding by watching every single minute, so they can see a little bit more of it online rather than
yeah.
hovering over me during the process.
Awesome, awesome. And then even months and years later, they're following your other projects. And when they
Yeah.
see you and they continue to see you week after week, and maybe a neighbor or a friend asks them about a tile setter, they're going to remember you because obviously you're in front of them on their feed.
I hope so. That's my
Oh,
goal.
yeah. It sounds like you're reaching it. And that's a big part of marketing is I think a lot of people talk about referrals and stuff, but what they don't understand is if you're not being proactive, and this could be the old school way would be to send them a postcard and it's still effective, or to send them an email, but sometimes emails, people get so many emails, but
Yeah.
really the proactive and new school way is just to kind of connect with them on social media.
I've been thinking about doing postcards as well, because I think, I don't know, it's old fashioned. It's kind of cool. It's got a little
Yeah,
frill to it. I feel like
for
some
sure.
people might enjoy it.
It can be a
Just,
very powerful way to advertise, and the postal service actually has a every door mailer program.
ah,
So for less than the price of a stamp, you can send I think it's like a 9x5 postcard, and I believe both sides can be printed on, and you can work with actually on their website, uspostal.com or whatever it is.
I'm going to have to look into that.
For sure, for sure. And you
Pretty
can
cool.
target the thing is you have to do a certain city.
Yeah.
You can target, like I don't know where you're at, but in my area there's a bunch of small cities. So I could target one city in particular. The catch is I have to do everybody's house in that one mailing
Woo.
block. But
Yeah.
it's less than the price of a stamp, and it can be pretty effective from what I understand.
Yeah. I'll definitely have to look into that,
Right on.
especially for like the older neighborhoods or like the old side of town, who
Hmm.
still have the 30-year-old tile.
Yeah, yeah, they're going to be remodeling soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you had to overcome any hurdles in the beginning? I know you've been in business for a few years, it sounds like, but in the beginning or even now, what are you struggling with?
I'd say, man, what am I struggling with? I think scheduling might be my biggest defect. Just knowing when I'll be able to finish a job and start the next job. It's just I need to be better at estimating my time, and I'm learning that I should probably overestimate because I'm only one person remodeling a whole bathroom, and it can be a little time consuming.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I definitely am trying to improve on that, and I hope to definitely nail it down, but also pick up my speed.
Okay.
Some people might call me meticulous, someone might call me slow, but I like to think meticulous.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So,
Yeah. Well, speed comes in time. And,
yeah,
that's interesting that you said, I've had that same problem. And my wife, she always gets after me. I always think a project's going to take, 5 days and it takes 8
yeah.
or whatever, but, how do you do your pricing? Do you give your customers a solid price, or are you like time and materials, or?
Well, I'll measure everything, see how much square footage there is, and exactly what kind of tiles they want. And then it boils down to like design, pattern, niches, shelves, mosaics. And then if I've gotten a good feel for, a niche, like a 3-tier niche, I know how long that's going to take. So then I factor it into my price. So it's like 3-tier niche, that might take me like half a day to do all the cuts and polish and install. So it's like just, like that 3 square feet, it's going to take half a day. So it's like, how much do I want to make
Yeah.
half a day to do that?
Okay. So
There's,
you're kind of estimating the amount of time you believe it will take, and then.
yeah. So I don't really do square footage pricing anymore. It's all based on like
Good for you.
how long I think it's going to take me and like the detail
Yeah.
that the shower is going to entail and all that.
Good for you.
Unless it's just like a big basement floor or just like a wall of tile with like, no waterproofing or anything needed really. It's just ready to go.
Yeah, those projects are a little easier to kind of
Yeah.
estimate or be competitive on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause it's almost like tile ready, sand it, prime it, whatever you want to do to make sure everything stays intact.
Yeah. Do you have plans to add to your business, add personnel, like employees, or what do you think?
Yes, eventually. I'd I'd like to get maybe like 1 or 2 people and start, pumping out more projects, but I want to make sure that the quality doesn't suffer, and that's something that really scares me.
Yeah.
Is just being able to trust somebody with, it's my business.
Yeah. Your name,
So
for sure.
it's I've had people help me a few times. Just it's typically with like demo and stuff, and that's it.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to the detail work, I just want to be alone in there and just tile.
For sure. Right on.
But then again, I do need to learn how to trust some people because I'm sure there is some good people out there that will care as much as I do.
Yeah. That's a good point. When we're growing our companies, at some point we have to make a decision of, what we want the future of our company to look like. If we want to have employees, we kind of have to let go of, a lot of us tend to be in this tile trade. A lot of us tend to be really meticulous and really, detail orientated. And it's hard for a lot of tile installers to, let go of the 100% control.
Yeah,
So
it
there's
definitely is.
definitely a balance there.
You just got to find the right person.
I know my first employee, well, I had gone through like 6 or 7, which I fired some of them within a few hours.
Oh man.
But the one who stuck with me, he'd been installing tile since the year I was born. So
Oh wow.
I was fortunate to find him. But I also, I say I was fortunate, but I did put in the work. I did realize that I couldn't be afraid to hire, and I couldn't be afraid to fire.
That's right. Yeah. That's also another responsibility, hiring someone, and if they're not, performing at 100% for like, a couple weeks, then it's like, what do? You got to fire them, and then it's, you take an income away from them. It's just, I don't know. It's just like not a responsibility I'm ready for yet.
Right on.
So,
well, it's good that you're taking things as they're comfortable for you.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I was creeping on your Facebook page earlier.
Yeah.
And I saw you went to Coverings last year, and it looks like June of last year.
I did. This is my first time.
That was your first one?
Yeah.
Right on. I'm jealous. I haven't been yet. I'm hoping this year.
Yeah, I go. It's an amazing time.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about that and if it helped your business or encouraged you in any way?
It was definitely a good networking event. Obviously, I got to meet a lot of the manufacturers and see all the new products coming out, which was very cool. You got to stay current on everything. And, because I feel like the industry is always going to be evolving. Mm-hmm. And, there's always going to be a new method to install everything. It's just important to stay on top of that. And so I got to see all that stuff, meet a lot of cool people, get involved more with the tile community. It's just, learn a lot of new things. Just everything about tile was there, and it was an amazing time.
Awesome. Sounds like you're really passionate.
Yeah.
For sure. Have you been to any other events?
I've been to some training classes. I got my pro certification for Weedy. End of October, I'm going down to Florida to get my Schluter certification. I don't really know if they call it a certification, but you take that 2-day course and you get trained in it. And that's about it.
So this is, how has that certification for the Weedy helped you in your business at all? Do you believe?
I just got it 2 months ago, so I've yet to, really throw it out there on my estimates. And I've been tiling out in New Mexico, so I haven't been able to go to anybody's houses and say, hey, I can give you a 20-year warranty. What can the other guy give you?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like you are going to use it for your marketing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Right. Yeah. And then once I get the Schluter one too, I'll be throwing that out there too. Yeah. I mean, Schluter, if you do everything all Schluter, I believe you just go online, you fill out a form, and you have your 20-year warranty. Mm-hmm. You got to register your shower.
Yeah, yeah. I believe they even have one lifetime warranty on their products.
I believe so.
So that's and the reason I bring it up, this is called the business of tiling, and the reason we want to talk about these kind of things, and I'm not like behind any manufacturer or whatever, but the warranties, we might as well use them to our advantage. The little guys can use them to sell themselves and sell.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, it backs, it protects your butt.
Awesome.
In a way. So why not use it? I mean, sometimes you'll have, a couple boards of Weedy and Schluter, and you can throw it together and it can still work, but it's not going to be the warranty.
You might lose the warranty. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely will. So it's, either you provide your own personal warranty or the manufacturer's warranty.
For sure.
The manufacturer's warranty you don't have to pay for. So if anything ever does go wrong.
Right on. Yeah. So. Well, I want to be respectful of your time. I know you've got that grout to finish today. Where can people find you if they want to follow you and see your work?
Well, I'm on Instagram and Facebook at P2 Customs.
At P2 Customs. All right.
Yeah. Go there. Come follow me. Check out my work. I'm always posting stories on my Instagram, so yeah, get a little taste of my tile life there.
Right on. Well, I'm going to keep following you, and hey, thank you for taking the time. I know this is going to be beneficial to a lot of tile setters who are thinking about going on their own or thinking about these different marketing strategies. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, Paige.
Glad to be a part of it. Thank you. You too.
Right on.